Hello, my name is Michael Schwartz. I'm a registered polysomnographic technologist and a registered respiratory therapist. And I just wanted to make a quick video explaining sleep apnea and what treatment options you have and which ones actually work. Now, to begin, I just wanted to show you the basic example of why people are having sleep apnea and or apnea episodes in the middle of the night. So as you can see here, this is a blocked airway and this is a normal airway. Now a normal airway, the air is going to come in and it's going to go through down to the throat. A blocked airway is going to come in and it's going to get stuck right here where the soft palate has relaxed and completely closed off the throat and the airway. Now normally when someone sees this and they do a sleep study, they will prescribe you a continuous positive airway pressure machine, or as many know, CPAP. CPAP therapy is very widely used in Western medicine. It's the only cure as far as many doctors are concerned, and it's the only thing that they actually offer people. Now, as you can see the risks here, it shows the problems may occur with CPAP as nightmares, excessive dreaming during early use, dry nose, sore throat, abdominal bloating, leaks around the mask that doesn't fit properly that will cause you not to sleep right. Now, as I see here, they haven't listed the biggest problem, which I think is the biggest problem with CPAP, is as you can see here, without CPAP, you cannot breathe. You have an obstructive apnea, which is causing no breathing. And then here you put the nasal mask on, you push the air through, it opens up your airways. Now, if anybody can see a problem here, when you're relying on a machine to push air through, this soft palate never strengthens itself, thus never focusing on the root of the problem, only focusing on the symptoms. So what's happening is this air is going through and it's breathing for you and making this soft palate weaker and weaker. So if you do not have this machine, it actually makes it almost detrimental if you ever took a nap on a friend's couch, or if you passed out by accident when you were sleeping, riding in a car ride or something like that. So, because your muscles are extremely weak now, and they were weak before, but now years of CPAP usage, it becomes really weak. So then people may want to jump into the medical, surgical approach, where they could actually chop out half of that soft palate to make room for an airway to not be obstructed. And as you can see here, when it's protruded, it's opened up, or when it's clenched, you can see they're going to cut out, in most surgeries they cut out an area right here to open up this airway. Now again, what the problem with that is you're going to have a lot more infections, is what they've noticed with a lot of people who have done this, and the problem just goes right back to where it was. It actually ends up being relaxed, and even though they cut it back, it works for a little bit, but it ends up going back and relaxing to that same point again, and it's capable of doing it over and over. So then a lot of people have now, well, a lot of doctors have changed their path into nerve stimulation, which is now a new neurotransmitter or neurostimulator that actually stimulates the hypoglossal nerve. And as you can see up here, it stimulates that nerve to open up the soft palate so it doesn't close on the airway. And here you have a sensing lead that actually detects when you're breathing, and it monitors the breathing, so when it stops, it gives a stimulation like the same effect as the body would almost give a pulsation to the hypoglossal nerve to open up the airways. Now this is a pacemaker technology, and what I see with this is if it works, I see this being probably one of the best options if it works. Now it's still new, and another thing is like you have a pacemaker, so you're going to have something implanted in you, and we all know how well computer systems can work, and so when they go into a body and are working 24/7, there's going to be a failure rate, and there's going to be different kinds of defects on these kind of electronics, just as if you have a car electronics and it throws random codes, and or if you have a TV or a computer. I mean, they never work 100% flawlessly. So again, focusing only on the symptoms but not focusing on the root problem. It's only waiting until it hits a point where it's smashing the soft palate into the back of your throat, and then it hits a simulation, kind of a electronic pulsation, if you will, and it opens up your airway. Now, if that thing does not send that pulsation, you are going to suffocate the same exact way, and your body is still the same exact muscle and it's not getting any stronger. So then that is one option with the hypoglossal nerve stimulation. And then the other two options left, for the most part, that are the only options that people have talked about, are chin straps and oral appliances. Neither one of these, they claim to really keep the soft palate from closing off, and in my opinion, they will only work with people with very, very mild sleep apnea and maybe just snoring symptoms. Now, as you can see here, a didgeridoo and in this airway diagram, the only time a didgeridoo, this appliance, and this little chin strap would work is if you have a partially blocked snoring airway. And that's the only time I could think you could strengthen this up a little bit, and it could open this up just a little bit more so you can get some air, and you're getting some pretty good sleep where it's not waking you up. But once it's blocked and it's getting this low, surgery, oral appliances, chin straps, hypoglossal nerve stimulation, all those things are just band-aids. They're only going to disprotect you just for a certain amount of time, or they're only going to open up your airways for while you're using them, or they're only taking care of the symptoms, but they're not ever focusing on the root cause. It's basically when you put one of these on your body, the snoring is like your body's cry for help. It's explaining to you that it needs help. It's obviously snoring. It's got a problem. Just like fat is an explanation of your body, it's got toxins in it. Truly, if you didn't have any toxins, you have no fat. You wouldn't have any gastrointestinal problems. Well, the same thing with snoring. When you hear snoring, it's a sign. It's a symptom of something bigger. You don't want to just get rid of the snoring. It's like taking a dog that has been whining and it needs food, and you get rid of his barking. Just because you get rid of his barking is not solving the problem. You're just taking away the annoyance factor, and in turn not helping anything. So what are the tips that you could use just for now that you could take away from this video? You don't want to smoke. You don't want to take sleeping pills to help yourself sleep. You really do at least need to focus on eating right. It's huge what you put into your mouth and what you put into your body, but a lot of people in the Western world do not care about that. So before bed, you do not want to eat, and especially processed foods, you just want to get completely rid of. You want to go on a whole food diet, and you want to at least eat as many natural vegetables and fruit and all that kind of stuff in its whole form as you possibly can. You don't want to drink alcohol 3 hours before bedtime, or if you can, don't drink alcohol at all. That being said, there are natural remedies as well that a lot of people have said, such as black pepper and mixing honey in some water before bed. You can drink that, and it also helps open up your airways. Cinnamon powder, cinnamon has been known to open up airways, so you just put cinnamon powder in water, drink that once in a day. Or you can apply cinnamon paste to the forehead, chest, throat, anywhere you feel congestion. Basically just taking a little bit of cinnamon powder and putting a little bit of water in it and making paste instead of drinking it like in a full glass of water. You consume as many anti-inflammatory foods as possible. Onions is one of them. Walnuts is a great one for improving breathing. There's many other anti-inflammatory foods that you can look up on a list that you could start eating just to help your body, so it's not going to be inflaming that soft palate area. And that is just the beginning. Now, this is a problem that's caused by a dysfunctional soft palate that is out of balance. So basically your whole body's out of balance. And the only way to truly get rid of apnea is by regulating your sleep patterns and what you do before bed, as well as the most important thing is you need to find all your deficiencies and then balance them and focus on the root of your problems. Now, if you're interested, I have a book that I have written called No CPAP Needed. If you go to Google and click type in no CPAP in Amazon, you will find it first here. This is a CPAP alternative sleep apnea cure. And as you can see, I have written a little bit about the book. You can look inside, and this book will cover everything that focuses on the root cause of why your sleep apnea is happening, and why that back of your throat is dysfunctioning, and why your body needs to be balanced first before any of this stuff is going to work. And that is a very important factor that nobody covers. I feel like this is the only book that is covering those kinds of factors, and basically showing you 7 key things that you need to do right now to get your body in order. It also shows extra things that you don't have to do, like testing for deficiencies and testing for different allergies as well, because allergies and food allergies are huge and they can cause many different problems that a lot of people don't tie into sleep apnea. So if you're interested, just click the link below in the description of this video, or you can head over to Amazon and type in no CPAP, or just put in no CPAP Amazon into Google, and you will find this book, and you can find out a lot more information and cure your sleep apnea and get your body a lot more healthy and a lot more balanced. So once again, my name is Michael Schwartz, and I thank you for watching this video.